Welcome to the channel where we break down real strategies that turn average incomes into real wealth. Today, I'm going to share something powerful, a simple formula that completely changed my finances. It's called the 60-30-10 wealth rule, the same principle that took me from $0 in savings to over $500,000 in net worth. No gimmicks, no overnight success, just a disciplined, tested system that works if you stick to it. Let's get started. The problem most people don't have a money problem, they have a structure problem. They earn money, spend it freely, and try to save what's left. But here's the catch, nothing is ever left. When you don't give every dollar a purpose, your money disappears into small leaks, food deliveries, subscriptions, lifestyle upgrades. Before you know it, your income is gone and you're stuck waiting for the next paycheck. That was me a few years ago, broke, frustrated, and watching others move ahead financially while I was still trying to figure out where all my money was going. That's when I discovered the 60-30-10 rule. And it became the framework that built my financial discipline. The 60-30-10 wealth formula explained, let's break it down simply. 60%, essentials 30%, growth and investments 10%, fun and freedom, that's it. But the magic isn't in the numbers, it's in how you apply them. Step 1, the 60% essentials. This part is your foundation, the cost of keeping your life stable and functional. It includes rent, food, utilities, transportation, insurance, and basic living expenses. The rule here is simple. Never let your essentials exceed 60% of your income. Why? Because once your essentials take over your income, your growth stops. You can't invest or build wealth if every dollar goes towards survival. When I first applied this, I realized I was spending nearly 85% of my income on essentials. Rent alone was eating 40%. So, I made tough choices, moved into a smaller place, cooked at home, cut unnecessary bills, and cancelled subscriptions I barely used. It wasn't comfortable, but it gave me something far more valuable than comfort: control. By cutting my essentials to 60%, I freed up money that used to vanish into lifestyle inflation. That freedom became my weapon for wealth building. Step 2, the 30% growth and investment fund. Here's where everything changes. Once your basics are covered, 30% of your income should be dedicated to growth, money that multiplies. This includes investments in stocks, ETFs, crypto, if you understand it, real estate savings, business funding, skill building, or education that increases your earning potential. When I started, I didn't have a lot to invest. But I still committed to the habit. Even $50 a week went into a high-yield savings account at first. Then I learned about index funds and dollar cost averaging, investing a fixed amount monthly regardless of market conditions. Here's the truth: wealth doesn't come from the size of your income, it comes from the consistency of your investments. The reason most people never reach $500,000 or even $100,000 is that they never stay consistent long enough to let compounding do its work. I kept reinvesting every month, no matter what. The first few months felt slow, but within 3 years, my money began to grow on its own. I wasn't just working for money anymore, my money was working for me. That's the power of the 30% growth rule. Step 3, the 10% fun and freedom fund. Now, this is the part most financial plans forget, and it's also why most people give up too early. If you restrict yourself too tightly, you'll feel like money is punishment, not empowerment. The 10% rule fixes that. You take 10% of your income and use it for what makes you feel alive: dining out, vacations, experiences, gifts, or hobbies. This isn't wasted money. It's fuel for motivation. It reminds you that wealth isn't just about numbers, it's about quality of life. Even when I was still climbing out of debt, I made sure to reward myself once in a while. A small trip, a nice dinner, or a gadget I'd wanted for months, all within that 10% limit. It kept me disciplined and grateful. How the 60-30-10 rule built my first $100,000. The first milestone is always the hardest. It took me nearly 3 years to go from $0 to $100,000. The key wasn't income growth, it was structure and discipline. Every month, I tracked my spending. I set up automatic transfers, 30% of my paycheck went directly into investment accounts before I could touch it. I treated investing like a bill I couldn't skip. And over time, those small amounts grew quietly. After I hit $100,000, everything became faster. Why? Because of compound growth. My money began making more money without my direct effort. That's when I truly understood the system was working. The snowball to $500,000. Once you cross six figures, wealth growth accelerates. Your investments start paying dividends. You reinvest those dividends. Your skills and experience earn you higher income, and your 60-30-10 system adjusts naturally. Here's how it looked for me. I kept my lifestyle modest even when my income doubled. My 30% investments grew as my earnings increased. I diversified: stocks, real estate, and a small side business. I reinvested profits instead of upgrading cars or chasing luxuries. Before I knew it, I had crossed $500,000 in assets, not from luck, but from structure. The secret ingredient: consistency. The real challenge isn't starting, it's staying consistent. Most people try a wealth plan for a month or two, then quit when they don't see immediate results. But wealth doesn't shout, it whispers in the background as your small habits quietly compound. If you stay consistent for 1 year, you'll notice control. If you stay consistent for 3 years, you'll notice growth. If you stay consistent for 5 years, you'll notice freedom. That's how the 60-30-10 rule turns average earners into millionaires. Not overnight, but inevitably. Adjusting the rule as you grow. Now, let's be real, life changes. When you start, maybe 60-30-10 feels impossible. Maybe you can only do 70-20-10. That's fine. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. As your income increases, don't raise your lifestyle, raise your investment percentage. At one point, I shifted from 30% to 40% investing because my income could handle it. That's how you move from survival to stability, from stability to success, and finally from success to freedom. Why this rule works so well: the 60-30-10 system forces balance, something missing from most financial plans. It protects you from two traps: living paycheck to paycheck, by controlling your essentials, burning out from over-restriction, by keeping 10% for joy. It's practical, psychological, and powerful. It's not about having a high income, it's about mastering the money you already have. And once you do that, wealth becomes inevitable. Your turn. If you're starting from zero, don't wait for a miracle. Start with what you earn now. Apply the 60-30-10 rule for the next 90 days and watch your mindset shift. You'll begin to feel something most people never do: control over your money. Remember, wealth isn't built in one big move. It's built through small, smart, repeated actions that compound over time. That's how I went from broke to $500,000, and that's how you can too. Thanks for watching. If you found this valuable, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who's ready to take control of their money. Because wealth isn't about how much you make, it's about how well you manage it. Stay disciplined, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next video.